The bank monitoring process is a very methodology. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Notando and welcome. So after high school, when I had now decided what I wanted to study, I started looking for where I could work. And when I search on Google, I'd only see construction companies, literally. So that's what I focused on. And then later on in life, I realized that quantity surveyors can also work at banks. But this was never really like an option that jumped up to me. So I was just like, maybe this is what I can do then later on in life after I get all my site experience and all of that, then I'll be perfect for a bank. But then I'm realizing that more and more banks are actually recruiting for engineers, civil engineers, quantity surveyors to come into banks or into bank monitoring. So what they have now is graduate programs that you can sign up for. So if you've never thought about working at a bank, there's a high demand for it now, and you must think of it as an option fresh out of varsity, because that's when they want to just start grooming you. Whew, that was a long intro. So let's get right onto the video. Bank monitoring is a role for which you provide the bank with advice and support for a planned development. The role, in essence, is to undertake the initial appraisal of the proposed development. This includes a review of the client's cost plan and a detailed risk analysis of every aspect of the planned development to assess the risk to the bank. If lending is then agreed, this role often progresses throughout the development as you'll carry out regular site inspections, attend progress meetings and valuation meetings, while providing monthly progress reports to the bank. The reason that this is seen as quantity surveying is due to the cost consulting element of the role, where you'll have to prepare cost estimates, manage payments, advise and prepare contractual documents for the client, and then generally advise the bank on the progress of the project and where they need to take action. Quantity surveyors operating in a bank monitoring role will typically manage a portfolio of developments from the initial pre-lending appraisals through to the completion of the project. So how common is the bank monitoring service? In short, it is much more common than you realize. Many years ago, banks would use their own bank manager to appraise a potential construction project. However, asking a bank manager to make sound financial decisions on a complex construction project was seen as such a flawed process, and it would often lead to loss being incurred. So then banks started seeking out consultancy services which provided a risk analysis service, QSing, to do that part of the job for them. Nowadays, banks are a bit more cautious with lending out their money, especially to construction projects, because these projects require loads of money, millions, billions even sometimes. Quantity surveying is pretty much like civil engineering combined with accounting, which is great. So somebody can give you sound advice about construction, it's like a perfect marriage. The quick and shortest answer is not necessarily. While many consultancies prefer candidates who have done this job before, there is a lack of it in the industry, and this is why I'm thinking there's so many banks who are taking in graduates to groom them from the beginning for these roles. So the bank monitoring role is very methodical and analytical, and it can be easily taught to those with a good basic knowledge of the construction process. So you'll have to understand who is the borrower, what are their abilities, borrower as the client. Do they consider that this is indigenous land and they are indigenous frogs that are mating and should not be disturbed? Things like that. It's literally looking at the company that wants to borrow money, the processes that the company has done to get the plan going. Did they consider the land that they're building in? Who did they hire as their contractor? Are these people trustworthy? It's literally just making sure that you're giving your loan to the right person and the person has a plan through it, and the money that you lend out is not risky and it will not go to waste. That is what you will be doing as a quantity surveyor in the bank. and then you have to keep on checking up on it, seeing the progress, updating the bank things. These people, looks like this is not going to work out very well for them. You might be. This role will suit quantity surveyors that are very naturally methodical and analytical in their approach to work. You will literally be using your analytical skills to assess the risks associated with the whole process of lending, building, and giving out the money to people. The one key criteria into getting into bank monitoring is that you must be a PRQS working towards being a chartered quantity surveyor. So you must be registered with the SAQSP of South Africa and be working towards that. And if you are still a junior, then you can be a candidate QS. There's not a lot of quantity surveyors in these roles. There's a demand for them, so they're willing to take somebody who's looking towards going that direction. So if you are not looking into becoming a professional quantity surveyor, maybe this wouldn't be for you. Salaries are comparable to traditional quantity surveyors roles. Candidates with previous experience might have room to say, hey, you know what, I've got side experience, I've got this and that, so they can like kind of increase them. And so you get a good package if you go into banking, because it's such a rare role. It is a bank, first of all. So again, there are a lot of factors that determine exactly how much you'll earn and how much more. So luck, hard work, experience or not experience, which bank, how you negotiate, but usually it's a very good package. So bank monitoring is a growing industry within the construction process. So if you are a quantity surveyor that is looking for a role that is outside of the traditional quantity surveying role, and you're looking to use your experience or expertise in a more analytical and methodical way in an industry that is secure and is growing, this could be an option for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you extracted something from it and hope it was useful. Please do let me know if you have any inquiries or suggestions of videos that you'd like me to do in the future. Please click the notification button because I am so inconsistent. So I upload videos whenever I can. So in order for you to stay clued up. Thank you so much for watching. See you later in another video.